Good morning and welcome to Football League World TV. My name's Ned Holmes and today I'm joined by my Football League World colleague Marcus Ali to go through the League 2 fan awards for February. How are you doing this morning, Marcus?
Yeah, really well. Thanks, Ned. It's good to shed some light on the League 2 players that have been really hitting their straps as we head towards the business end of the season. Some real big individual performances can make such a big difference at this stage. So glad to be on to highlight them.
Absolutely. As we've sort of said in the videos on previous days, sort of February month where players can really sort of put their hands up and start to influence, proceedings in League 2 as we head towards the business end of the season. The vote for all the Football League World fans League 2 Player of the Month for February is now open. And you have until 9 a.m. tomorrow to cast your vote. I'll just run through the 6 nominees quickly. Northampton's Liam Roberts, Salford centre-back Jordan Turnbull, Harrogate Town's Jack Diamond, Oldham's Davis Caleb Dunn, Exeter's Giovanni Brown, and Hartlepool's Ogle have all been nominated. As always, head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards or click the link in the description to cast your vote. And before we get started, just a reminder to everyone, please do like this video, subscribe to Football League World TV on YouTube, and let us know your thoughts via the comments. Well, Marcus, we'll get started with the only goalkeeper on our list, and that's Northampton Town's Liam Roberts. 21 saves as he kept 5 clean sheets and conceded just 2 goals in 7 games for Northampton last month. And a lot of tight games involved there as well for the Cobblers, who sort of kept on their promotion push. A couple of 1-0s, quite a few draws as well. He's something of an unsung hero for them when the games are that tight, isn't he?
Definitely, yeah. The defensive process has been such a big part of Northampton's promotion push this season. And we've seen the likes of Guthrie and Horsfall, the goal-scoring centre-backs that have contributed so much in the fine margin staying on the Cobblers' favour. They've seemed to garner most of the plaudits this season. But Liam Roberts has been sensational. He came to the club with a big point to prove, really. Had never really established himself as a number one goalkeeper at a Football League club. And yeah, he completely deserves all the credit he's getting. Northampton were sort of prone to a few goalkeeping errors last season. Jonathan Mitchell didn't have the best time on loan from Derby. He, of course, is now at Hartlepool, but Roberts has slotted in. It's a credit to the Northampton recruitment team for bringing him in, and to John Brady for making him feel at home, and of course the back line in front of him that's contributed to these great numbers that have enabled the Cobblers to push themselves back into the automatic promotion places. Definitely deserve a lot of credit as well. So yeah, Liam Roberts has been one of the signings of the season, you'd have to say, for the Cobblers, and a real huge contributor in hopefully from their perspective earning back, bouncing straight back to League One at the first time of asking.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly looks likely to be important as the season wears on. And if you think he deserves to be named the Football League World Fans League 2 Player of the Month for February, click the link in the description below if you're on YouTube or Facebook, or head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards to cast your vote. Well, it's another month and another nomination for Salford's Jordan Turnbull. They conceded only 2 goals and went unbeaten in February, and he's really a key man for them. 7 tackles, 19 clearances, and Marcus, he just continues to impress, doesn't he?
Definitely. He's one of the better central defenders, or more aesthetically pleasing in League 2. Of course, got a promotion on his CV with Northampton Town a few seasons ago. Was a big money signing for Salford, really, relative to the sort of level of transfers that we see in the 4th tier. And although it's been a slow start to the season for Salford as a whole, he is coming into his own when it really matters. Of course, they've still got a lot of work to do if they are going to break into the playoff places, and Jordan Turnbull's a key figure towards that. His leadership qualities have grown in recent years as well. He seems to be a figure that they can really look to drive the standards, and yeah, with his experience in the 4th tier as well, he's been able to call on that and keep belief going in the camp, despite it being quite a difficult campaign at times for Salford. So yeah, he'll definitely be a player to watch, and someone who will be huge in ensuring that Gary Bowyer's men are able to keep it tight at the back and pick up the wins that they need to at least have themselves in that playoff conversation going into the final few weeks of the season. So yeah, Jordan Turnbull, a real battler, really, League Two level, enjoys playing up against a big number 9 of the opposition, and yeah, definitely worthy of his place in this list for Player of the Month.
Certainly, and February could turn out to be an important month if Salford, as you say, are able to close that gap that they've managed to sort of stay within reach. But next, we'll shift our focus onto the midfield. Jack Diamond of Harrogate Town, then our first focus. 4 goals, 2 assists for him in a hugely impressive February, and Marcus made all the more impressive given it was quite a strange January for him. Recalled by Sunderland when they were sort of desperately short on players, loaned back to Harrogate, sort of I think it was on the 27th, pretty late on in January, but he picked up where he left off, didn't he?
Yeah, it would have been, unfair to judge him if he was a little bit unsettled, given that will he, won't he stay at Sunderland for the rest of the season. And Harrogate have been so good at going forward all season, but they've almost had to be to make up for some drab defensive displays. And Diamond's been key to that, linking up the midfield and of course the menacing front two of Jack Muldoon and Luke Armstrong. So no, it's been good to see him sort of pick up where he left off. At Harrogate, it has been a hugely successful loan spell. And even though the Salfordites possibly don't have too much to play for in the remainder of the season, he's certainly using this platform to show his parent club and even potentially some interested parties in the summer what he can do at this level. Still a very young player as well. So no, it's been good to see Jack Diamond, pick up where he left off and really kick on into the second half of the season. So yeah, another player very worthy of this place, and a worthy contender for the award.
Absolutely, and he's likely someone that could benefit if Sunderland aren't able to sort of win promotion to the Championship this season. A role in League One next season would certainly suit him. We'll next move on to Oldham's Davis Keillor-Dunn. 5 goals and 4 key passes, Marcus, and key to the resurrection that really took lift off in February.
Yeah, absolutely. Keillor-Dunn was outstanding for Oldham last season, along with a handful of other attacking players. Had a slow start, but how can you blame him with the sort of environment that was being created at Boundary Park at the time? So Sheridan seemed to really sort of fire him up and into his best form that we've seen of the season, and he's definitely a player that they're going to look to pull them out of that bottom two. He's got a great long-range shooting ability, a bit sort of reminiscent of Scott Twine in League Two last season, some of the goals that he's been scoring. So yeah, a great player. Age is on his side as well. Definitely a player I can see playing above League Two level in the future. And it has been a case of just getting him in the right mindset, I think, from John Sheridan, because he can have such a big impact on games at this level, and he's been able to put that consistency on the performances, of course, in the month of February, and it's given Oldham a chance at staying up that probably we didn't think was possible at the start of the month. So yeah, definitely deserving of being a nominee.
Absolutely, and you'd think if they are to sort of stay up, he is likely to play a key role there. So that's Jack Diamond and Davis Keillor-Dunn as the 2 midfield nominees. As I said before, the vote is now open. It closes at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You can click the link in the description below if you're on YouTube or Facebook, or head to footballleagueworld.co.uk/fan-awards to cast your vote. We move to the forwards then, and the first of the 2 is Hartlepool's Omar Bogle. I mean, 4 goals and 4 assists in February, having only joined on a free transfer from Doncaster late in the window. Marcus, what a signing he's proven to be.
Yeah, excellent business, and credit to Graham Lee for getting the best out of him. It's been clear really for a few years that there is a player in there with Omar Bogle, but it's been a little bit of a fall from grace since really being in and out of teams in the Championship. Struggled at Charlton, struggled at Doncaster Rovers, but Hartlepool United are profiting from that. He's definitely a player that at his best is better than League Two level. His best years are probably behind him in his career, but we see experienced strikers like this tend to do well in the 4th tier. So hopefully from the Pools' perspective, they'll be able to keep him beyond the end of the season. And if they're not able to make the late dash for the playoffs this term. He'll be a big player going into next season. So yeah, it's really good to see him back settled, clearly in the right frame of mind to be performing. And yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. On his day, he's one of the better strikers in the league, and he's been very tough to handle in the last few weeks.
Absolutely. Well, our sixth and final nominee then is Exeter City forward Giovanni Brown. I mean, 3 goals, 2 assists for him in February, Marcus, and hitting form just at the right time for Exeter as we sort of head really to the pivotal part of the season.
Yeah, he's a player who's familiar with operating at the top end of League Two. Of course, got on the score sheet in Oxford. Exeter's very important 3-1 win over Swindon Town last night, but he has started to come into his own since the turn of the year. The likes of Sam Nombe and Matt Jay have got a lot of credit this season, but Giovanni Brown's been operating in tandem with them. And Matt Taylor will be delighted with the performances that he's been able to string together. On his day, he's one of the best players to watch in League Two, full stop, really. So good with the ball at his feet, and of course very intelligent striker as well, running in behind. So yeah, he'll be a player that the Grecians will be looking to hopefully even keep themselves in the automatic promotion conversation going into the final few weeks of the season. But no, Giovanni Brown has been excellent since the turn of the year as a whole, but certainly as well in the month of February.
Well, just a reminder then of the 6 nominees: Northampton Town goalkeeper Liam Roberts, Salford City centre-back Jordan Turnbull, Harrogate Town's Jack Diamond, Oldham's playmaker Davis Keeler-Dunn, Hartlepool striker Omar Bogle, and Exeter City forward Giovanni Brown. Head to footballleagueworld.co.uk /fan-awards to cast your vote, or click the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. You've got 9 until 9 a.m. tomorrow to cast your vote, with the winner announced a little bit later tomorrow morning. Well, that's everything from myself and Marcus on this show. But at 12, George Douglas will be your host for the EFL midweek review, and then me and Marcus will be back at 1 p.m. to discuss the 3 League Two players that have surprised us this season. Well, that just leaves me to say thanks, Marcus, and thanks everyone for watching.